All rise for support court with Judge Van der Bee. Judge, this is case number JVB 1069, Franklin case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Franklin, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge Vandam. My son was killed 3 months ago. I have a granddaughter that's 9 years old. I've had custody of her since she was a baby. After his death and funeral, Kim decides she wants to come to my house and remove her. Brought the police to my house.
After the funeral?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. She did. She did that. As traumatic as it was for me and my family, she decided to remove Rakisha with the police, caused a scene, which...
Miss Franklin has been the only constant in this child's life, raising her since infancy. But now, after years of absence, the biological mother wants her back. This raises a crucial question. Should biology alone determine custody, or should a child's best interests be a priority? The grandmother claims the mother has a history of substance abuse, instability, and manipulating the system if true. This would be devastating to the child's well-being. But is she right? The judge needs to weigh. The past and the present. Has the mother truly changed, Tariq? The judge's sympathy for Miss Franklin is evident. She's just lost her son and is now fighting to keep her granddaughter. But legal custody isn't decided on emotions alone. The court must rule based on the law and the child's stability. Will the mother's past overshadow her claims of reform? Or will the court give her a chance to prove she's ready for motherhood? Right now, it's looking like a serious uphill battle for her.
I'm here today for grandparents' rights. I've had my granddaughter since she was a baby. She doesn't even know who this lady is. She knows that she's her mother, but as far as knowing who she is, and with her lengthy past, when I say
When you say lengthy past, what do you mean by that?
Drugs, drinking, fighting, beating the system.
Beating the system?
Yes.
How did she do that?
Welfare, food stamps, housing, anything that's not legal, she's done.
But Rakisha, I said her name right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, she lives with you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And prior to your son's death, did your son live with you too, or was Rakisha just living with you?
Only Rakisha, absolutely not. He could not live with me.
Okay, I understand.
But
so how was she getting benefits if her daughter lived with you?
Because, as I mentioned earlier, both of them love to beat the system, and they used my grandchild against me and my husband just so that they can continue to beat the system. I did put my son on child support.
Okay.
That I absolutely did.
And now you're wanting child support from mom?
I want child support and full custody of my granddaughter.
Things get interesting. The mother acknowledges her troubled past, but insists she's changed. The question is, has she done enough? She argues that she's been building a relationship with her daughter, but how much? Does that really count when the grandmother has been the primary caregiver her entire life? Courts often prioritize a child's stability over a parent's desire for a fresh start. If the mother hasn't financially supported her daughter and has other children living with different families, will the judge take her seriously?
She brought the police to my house. She told them that I threatened her, and she threatened me. She threatened to kill me. I said, absolutely not, Your Honor. What I told her when she called, I told her, I said, you know what? If you come over here, I'm not going to be in control. Smith and Weston going to be in control.
Oh, okay. Well, it didn't get that far, did it?
Well, it didn't, because the police drug her from my front yard.
Oh, okay. And I'm sorry for your loss as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, is there anything else you need me to know before I move over to her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I didn't catch your last name. I just heard your first name is Kim.
That's what I want to say. I'm a fan. It's Kim Bourgeois.
Bourgeois.
Yes.
How do you spell it?
Boudure.
Oh, okay. Is that French?
Yes.
Okay. Well, can I call you Lady B?
Yes.
I think
you can
I'll
call me
butcher
Kim. You can call me
Kim.
Miss
Okay.
Kim.
I think I'll butcher that last name too much.
Okay.
Okay. So, is all of what she's saying true? You had a history with drugs, drinking. She said you're cheating the system, getting welfare. What it sounds like is that your daughter has been living with her this entire time. So, I mean, is what she's saying true?
The whole thing is, it's the past, you know.
So it is true. The answer is yes.
Some of it is, yeah.
Okay, which part of it is true?
As far as maybe some of the illegal drug activity that her son and I both partake in, you know, some of that is true, but as far as the food stamps and all that, it's not. She's just going by hearsay, by what people are telling her, just using that.
Mother. As I stated, as she stated, about me coming to get my kids with the police. That's true. Because I needed Rakesa, I needed her to come and be with her mom. She's getting older and so am I. Judge, but she's been taking care of your daughter all this time. What difference does it make now that she's getting older? Mother, she has been taking care of her, yes. But all these words was a past tense. It's 2022, and it's time for my daughter to come home with me. Judge, but she hasn't lived with you. Mother, she hasn't, because I was working on my career and getting myself together so I could be the mother I need to be. And I've done that. Unfortunately, Ricky passed, may he rest in peace. But now it's time for my daughter to come home with her mother. Judge, you're saying you've changed, but you're still a woman she doesn't really know, right? Mother, well, actually, I have been talking to Rakesa for about 4 or 5 months now. Judge, talking to her about what, Mother? Reaching out, letting her know how unfortunate it is that her dad passed, letting her know that I want to build our relationship. I want to be the nurturing mother she needs. Judge, so as of right now, you're still a stranger to her. Mother, I wouldn't necessarily say a stranger, Judge. It's not about how you feel, it's about the facts. You're a stranger to this child you attempted to remove from her caretaker. Mother, she has been taking care of her, and I commend her for that. But my daughter needs to be with her mother. Judge, all right, but do you understand that your daughter needs to be in a stable environment with someone she's familiar with? Mother, she has to get familiar with me. I'm working, I make good money, and I've been paying for insurance. It's not like I've been completely out of the picture. Judge, let's talk about that. How much money do you make? Mother, about $70,000. Judge, $70,000. And you said you pay for insurance as well? Mother, yes, I pay $170 a month. Judge, all right. And how much of that have you given to the grandmother?
As I stated, as she stated, as far as coming to get my kids, you know, with the police and stuff, that's true.
Okay.
Because I need Rakesha, to come and be with her mom. You know, she's getting older, and so is she, you know. So
that wasn't nice. She's been taking care of your daughter. So what difference would it make if she's getting older?
She has been, again, all these words are past tense. It's 2022, and it's time for my daughter to come home with me.
But she hasn't lived with you.
She hasn't, because I was working on my career and getting myself together, you know, so I can be the mom that I need to be. And, you know, I've done that. And unfortunately, you know, Ricky passed, you know, rest his soul. And it's time for my daughter to come home with her mother.
Okay.
I'm not the woman that I used to be, Your Honor.
All right. But you are still the woman she doesn't know, your daughter, right?
Well, actually, and she doesn't know that, I've been talking to Rakesha for about 4 or 5 months now.
Talking to her about what?
talking to her, letting her know, first of all, reaching out, letting her know that it's unfortunate that our dad passed, and letting her know that I want us to get our relationship together. I want to be the nurturing mother that, that she needs.
Okay, so as of right now, you're a stranger, right?
I wouldn't necessarily say strangers.
Well, it's not necessarily what you want to say, it's what the facts say. You're a stranger to this child that you came and attempted to remove from her caretaker, right?
She's been taking care of her, yes, and I commend her for that, but my daughter needs to be with her mother.
All right, but you do understand that your daughter needs to be in an environment that's stable, where she is familiar with the person that is taking care of her.
Okay, she has to get familiar with her. I am working. I, make good money. I've been paying insurance, so it's not like I've been totally out the picture.
Let's talk about that. How much money do you make?
About $70,000.
$70,000. How much? You say insurance as well?
Yes, I pay $170 a month.
All right. How much of that have you given to grandmother?
This is a turning point. The mother earns $70,000 a year, but hasn't provided any financial support for her daughter. Until now, the judge is about to make a major ruling. This is where child support laws step in. If you have the means to support your child, but choose not to, the court sees that as neglect. And when the judge starts calculating payments, you can already tell the mother is feeling the heat. Will this be the moment that shift?
And it's not a hard question if you've actually done anything. I mean,
well, I can say none then. Let's just, be done with it. None.
So you make all of this money and you haven't given grandmother anything for your daughter?
Well, her dad has been taking care of the child support and everything up until this point.
Right, but what were you doing?
I was paying the insurance.
Okay. So you were paying the insurance.
Yeah.
Your daughter living with someone else.
Well, she the one wanted to raise her.
But ma'am, it is your daughter.
It's my daughter. I paid the insurance. She wanted to raise her. The dad did the child support. We all just did our part.
You obviously came here to waste my time.
Not really. I mean,
it sounds like it. It sounds like you're trying to evade the obligation of paying child support or paying any type of financial support for this child because you want to do what you want to do. Insurance is not sufficient, ma'am.
Oh.
Grandmother can pay insurance if she needed to,
but she hasn't.
Well, she can't do it without a modification to your court order. That's the reason she's here.
Okay, so can my daughter go home with me?
Judge just dropped the hammer. The mother must pay $923 monthly in child support and maintain her daughter's health insurance. But the real shocker, she does not get custody. The grandmother who has been raising this child all along gets to keep her. The judge clarified that this case isn't about second chances for the mother. It's about what's best for the child. And in this case, that means stability with the grandmother.
With the person who's always taking care of her. You haven't said anything different to support that grandmother has not been doing the job you should have been doing. So what we're going to do is, based on your own testimony, and I believe you told the truth.
I did.
$70,000 a year, and that's giving you credit with the $170 health insurance. Your gross is $5,663. That brings your net to $4,613. You have one child, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, 20% of that brings your monthly child support obligation to $923. And as I stated, you are still to maintain the health insurance.
That's over $1,000.
And no, it's not. It's under $1,000.
So 9 something plus the 170?
No, you got credit. The 170 was given in your gross. So you got credit for that. $923 a month. It's what's fair. It's what's in the best interest of your daughter. Your daughter is going to remain with her grandmother.
Just when you think it's over, another bombshell. The mother has 3 more kids, all living with different families, and she hasn't been paying child support for them either. The judge doesn't hold back, slashing her support to $680 a month, but calling her out for avoiding her responsibilities. And let's be real, that last remark about should have kept your mouth shut was a brutal reality check. The mother wanted to prove she had changed, but her words may have cost her any credibility in court. End of the day, this case wasn't about punishing the mother, it was about protecting the child, and the judge made the right call. Stability beats biology every time. In family court, the lesson: if you want custody, you need to show up support. You're your child and be present, not just when it's convenient. But what do you think? Did the judge make the right decision? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.